Perhaps one of the most poignant examples of how close Neanderthals may have been to all that we term human was the fact that they buried their dead.
Neanderthals were the first people for whom we have evidence of burial of the dead. In a number of sites, there have been several and as many as 9 or 10 Neanderthal individuals found. Those are actually the most interesting ones because they very often involve other things besides simply interring the body, like small mounds of earth, like the incorporation of objects, or possible incorporation of objects in the graves.
In one grave, the corpse of a young male had been sprinkled with red ochre. In another, flints and stone tools had been interred with the body. Animal horns and even flower petals were found buried with Neanderthal dead. What could these objects mean?
I believe that the burials and the grave goods are direct evidence of belief systems because they reflect belief in an afterlife. I think there's no other sort of credible explanation for Neanderthal burials.
The fact that Neanderthals treated a human differently than they treated the animals that lived around them, that also occur in the caves where we find these burials, that in itself indicates that they had a symbolic interpretation of themselves and their role in the world. A Neanderthal was different from the other species around them, to Neanderthals, and they recognized that.
These graves and the objects buried within them seem to show the first stirrings of a religious consciousness, a belief in a life that transcends the grave. Perhaps Neanderthals were the first to recognize a deity or a god. We may never know.